We first got in touch with Best Rate. We have a clinic up on Highway 101 that's a very old wooden structure. It's probably at least 75 years old, and we had some water damage and some termite damage, and so their company was recommended to us, so we had the guys come out. We had Mike come out, and he did a thorough inspection, and I was happy to find out that yes, we had some damage, but I thought he was very realistic and honest about what did need to be replaced and what didn't need to be replaced. I had some concerns, and I pointed these things out to Mike, and he said, no, that was okay, and another problem was okay, but then, of course, there were areas that needed repairs, and so he gave us an estimate, and it seemed very reasonable, and since it was our place of work, it was important to us that, people come and, do an expedient job, a careful job, but, came and actually worked the time they were supposed to, came when they were supposed to, and cleaned up after themselves, because we had, like I say, a veterinary hospital, and we didn't want our clients and the pets stumbling all over all sorts of stuff. And they came right out. They did their job very efficiently, and it all was fine. And ever since then, we've been, I don't know, probably using them for maybe 7 years now or so. And we live also in an old wooden house. And they've been doing a lot of repairs in our home as well. And we've always been very happy for them to come out and to do these repairs. And they're very neat, they're very timely, they're pretty much always on budget. And we've recommended them to quite a few of our neighbors who have had major, repairs and remodels done by them. Whole entire decks, and the person across the street, their whole house, basically is being redone. So yeah, we've been, very, very happy and thrilled to have Mike and Tyson and Alec all, work on our various projects over these last, several years.
Yes, I'd add that the things we like so much about them is they'll give us an estimate, a complete estimate, and then the job can be started generally right away. They'll give us a timeline. It's usually very quick, and they are on the money with the timeline. They're here early in the morning, very efficiently working, and are usually, without exception, right on the schedule. If they say it's going to take a week, they're out here every day, whatever it takes, and they get the job done. There's no excuses, no hesitations, no problems with their job. You always hear stories about nightmares from people who have had workmen out, and it's a nightmare. They have to come back out and repair things. It's never quite finished. There's a saying about turning the last screw, that it never gets done. Not the case. They get the job done. It's done right the first time. We've always been extremely happy with the entire process, and that's why we use them over and over again, whether it's a big job at the house or a small job. Right now they're repairing an old wooden deck down to the foundation, rebuilding it up, and they're right on schedule and doing a really beautiful job. So we have no hesitation always recommending them whenever anybody asks who works in our house, if they're telling us about a job that they need done. And everybody we have recommended them to has always been extremely happy, as we have.